Well, here we are. This is my first video reviewing Snuff. And I've seen a lot of them on YouTube, and I'm probably not going to say a whole lot more than what's already been said. I'm just going to give my 2 cents worth on Snuff. So a quick history about what I have regards to Snuff. I was in the service for 4 years. A buddy of mine had a little tin of Doc Rumney's, I think it was called, and so we're sitting out there and we do this and we're drinking some beers and having a good time. And I think this isn't bad at all. See, I stopped smoking cigarettes. I was just like chewing Skoal and Kodiak and stuff at the time. This stuff just kind of hit me right, you know. That's the best part about these types of tobaccos is that they don't mess with your lungs, so you can run. And so did this for a few months and really enjoyed it. And then he didn't have any more, and I don't know where he got it, but he didn't have any more, so okay, fine. Fast forward to 2014, and here we are. Well, I think to myself, I like tobacco. I really enjoy tobacco, and I still run, and I don't like I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I haven't for a long, long time. But I do like cigars. I smoke cigars, particularly when I'm golfing. And I do like pipes. And what I don't like about cigars and pipes is smoking them in my house. Makes everything stink. It really just flat out, it makes everything stink. So I got tired of that. So I thought to myself, what can I do that will satisfy my tobacco cravings, and yet still it won't make anything stink? Well, Snuff. So I'm on a forum. I'm on snuffhouse.org. I'm on puff.com, and guys talking about Snuff. Well, hey, light bulb goes off. I remember doing this stuff many, many years ago. I really enjoyed it. Why don't I give it a shot? Problem is, as those of us that are in the U.S. can attest to, it is almost impossible to get the stuff here. So, what's a guy to do in the U.S. and get Snuff? Well, I'll tell you what he's to do. And I'm going to say this on I'm going to say this on every one of my videos. Mr. Snuff. MrSnuff.com. He's got great selection, and he just lowered his shipping, by the way. And if you're on snuffhouse.org, they also have a discount code that you can put in there. So join snuffhouse.org as well. I'm going to plug that one in all these videos as well, because I'll tell you, if it weren't for those two places, I wouldn't have what I have today. So let's go on and let me review my first Snuff. Now, this is not the first Snuff that I have ever taken. That was Doc Rumney's or Rumney's, whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. Doc Rumney's, I think it was. It's a mentholated Snuff. And it was fine and it was good. And I really didn't know what the hell I was doing. I've only been doing this for about 8 months, so I still kind of almost don't know what the hell I'm doing. But here's a Snuff that I have kind of taken a nice little a liking to, and it's well, here's what it is. It is Toque Vanilla. Now this is a 10-gram tin, and here is what it looks like in the tin. I've seen many of these videos, and they dump it all over the keyboard, and I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to clean my damn keyboard off. Now what you can see is, and you can't really see this from this video, but what this is a fairly fine grind. It packs very nicely. It's got nice moisture content, and it has in the tin, it's very nice. You smell it, you get this, out of the tin, it's a very odd smell. It's very tobacco-y, of course. But it doesn't have a vanilla. It's not like opening a tin of the vanilla extract and ooh, vanilla. It's not like that. But it's out of the tin. It's a very tobacco-y smell. a very odd smell. But here, let me take a pinch of this. And while I'm doing this, this is my first video on here. Let me show you my quick technique. This is my technique. This is probably not the right technique, but it is my technique. It works for me. If it works for you, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, I tried. So what I do is I take a decent sized pinch. I always try and make a decent sized pinch out of these. Not a real fine pinch, particularly with a fine snuff. Don't take a little tiny pinch out of it because it'll backfire on you. So I take a nice big hog pinch out of that one, and what I do is and it's going to be backwards probably in this video, but in my right nostril, upside down, and then in my left, and then get it off the rest of my fingers, and boom, done. Thank you very much. And by the way, I typically take, because I've been doing this for a little bit, less than a year, but I usually take 2, just because 1's good, 2's better, naturally. So, upside down. I got more of my fingers. I just try and even it out. Same amount in both nostrils. So, there we go. Now, what this has is a very at the front end of it, the very front end of it is almost like a hint of menthol, like this real quick hint of menthol, and then as you inhale, you get the vanilla. There's the vanilla. It's not huge. It doesn't just smack you in the face with vanilla. Don't expect that. It always, and with most snuffs that you take, it is predominantly a tobacco scent to it. So if you don't like the smell of tobacco or roasted tobaccos or whatever, fired and the variety of ways they can dry and cure tobacco, then maybe snuff isn't for you. I come from cigars and pipes, so the way that I review snuffs is predominantly how I view pipe tobacco and how I view cigar tobacco, which is of course smoking them. Now I take it into my nasal cavity and exhale it out of my nose, which I believe is called retrohaling, and you get the scent of the tobacco coming through your nose as well as the on the palate in your mouth and your tongue. You get these flavors and this scent. Well, with snuff, of course, because it's just going up your nose, you get the scent of it. So this one has this really almost as soon as it goes in your nose, you get this little almost metallic-y kind of menthol, and then it almost immediately goes away, and you get the you get the vanilla behind it, and that lasts for a minute or so, 30 seconds or something like that, and then you get the cured tobacco smell behind that, and it's a very pleasant snuff. The grind is not too fine, so you can again, like I said, with a lot of these snuffs, I take a bigger pinch. It's easier to control how much you take into your nose. If you have a real fine snuff, taking a tiny pinch and then inhaling it, it'll hit you right in the back of the sinuses, and then you'll start coughing. Later on, I'll do some other reviews on some other ones that like Delakia White. I will be coughing in these videos, and I can guarantee it. I haven't done them yet, but I can guarantee that I will be coughing. But with the Toque Vanilla, you have a nice grind. It is a pleasant aroma. It's quick. It's fleeting. So when you do it, you get. And I've been yammering on for a couple of minutes now, and it's still get the vanilla in there, just a hint of it, but it's mostly tobacco, but it's nice. It's a very pleasant one that you could do several times a day and really enjoy. So I would say get the Toque Vanilla. This is like I said, this is one of the 10-gram tins that a lot of the Toque stuff comes in. And incidentally, the 10-gram tins, when you finish this one, or if you dump it into another jar, and I'll do this in another video, they are great travelers. fantastic, perfect travelers. Now, this particular tin, pissed me off a little bit. It bent, so I couldn't get the lid off. I had to stick a screwdriver in there. So this tin is cached now. So I'm gonna have to try and snap the lid on or something. I don't know. Anyway, but these 10-gram tins from Toque are fantastic travelers. They fit in your pocket, your shirt pocket, your pants pocket. Great for in a cup holder in your car. Because I snuff on the way to work. I only work 3 miles from my house to the office is 3.3 miles. So I'll do a couple on the way to work, real quick. These are great little tins. They're durable for the most part. This one particularly wasn't, but for the most part they are durable, and they are easy to get at. So they're great travelers. So there's my first review, and it's again Toque Vanilla. I got it from Mr. Snuff. Now, I understand Toque USA also has a website that they ship from the UK as well, and that's great. I have not bought anything from Toque USA. I suspect that they are, every bit as good as Mr. Snuff. However, they are just selling Toque Snuff. MrSnuff.com sells a whole variety of snuffs and a great selection. You put it in your cart. It's a little pricey to ship it to the U.S., but I know Mr. Snuff has done some stuff, and he's got his shipping prices down a little bit. So MrSnuff.com, and the other one is snuffhouse.org. Check those two websites out. And I would go to snuffhouse.org first, get an idea of what you're looking for. There's a lot of great people on there. And there's also puff.com. They have a small section for snuff that I went to as well, because it's primarily regular smoking tobacco, cigars, pipes, and but there is a little tiny section about snuff, and so I that's where I learned some stuff about what I wanted. You could find that as well, but those are the 3 websites that I would recommend: snuffhouse.org, puff.com, and then of course to order the stuff, I order all my snuff from mrsnuff.com. So there you go. There's my first review. I got more coming. Stick with me. See ya.